The Miami Heat and Los Angeles Lakers are reportedly continuing to be in the market to sign another power forward / center. This time it is currently being reported that they are both interested in Serge Ibaka. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to talk about with you guys. This time, multiple contending teams are showing interest in free agent Serge Ibaka, including the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat. This is all being reported by Sean Tavani. Now, I think this is a very interesting one. I've spoken about before how the Lakers are very interested in, I don't know if the video will be up, but they are interested in Tristan Thompson. I believe they're interested in bringing Dwight and JaVale back, while the Heat have shown to be interested in Aaron Baines. I believe Jay Crowder, they do want back. Paul Millsap, they've also been interested in. And now Serge Ibaka seems to be another player that they do look to potentially be very interested in as well. There's been a lot of rumors and news saying that Ibaka could actually potentially depart the Toronto Raptors. But considering that it looks like Marcus Gasol will most likely not be back for the Toronto Raptors, I believe he actually did say he will be going to play for, I think it was Barcelona in the EuroLeague. I could actually be wrong on that, but I believe he is going to the EuroLeague to some sort of team. So I feel like, considering Serge Ibaka will be relatively promised that starting spot, you would think, as their new starting center, unless they did go out and sign a player like Tristan Thompson, I feel like he will most likely want to stay. It was reported the Raptors are interested in Thompson, and again, they do like to bring Ibaka off the bench to be that power forward / center type of player. So even I'd still probably say Ibaka may be better than Tristan Thompson. You know, I'm not too sure. They are both of them are pretty good in their own, different ways. I feel like Thompson would most likely get the start of Ibaka, over Ibaka. But again, that's not necessarily saying that Ibaka isn't a better player than Thompson. That's just how I feel like the Raptors would kind of go about their rotation and kind of manage it, moving forward with all of that type of stuff. But in saying so, I feel like this is going to be extremely interesting on how this does go. Yes, the Toronto Raptors, I feel like, will be able to offer Serge Ibaka good money, and I do feel like they're going to be, able to offer him a long-term deal, but I don't feel like they're going to be able to offer him a starting spot. I feel like with how, the Raptors have gone about it, again, as I just said, with their rotation, he will most likely come off the bench. Again, I feel like Ibaka had a way better season than Marcus Gasol, and Gasol just wasn't doing that good with the Toronto Raptors. But in saying all of that, they still chose to start Marcus Gasol at center. So whatever center they go out and get, I still feel like will be in front of Serge Ibaka, as again, Ibaka just kind of fits in as their 6th or 7th man in the rotation, playing 25 minutes per night as their backup center / power forward. But if he was promised a starting, spot maybe on the Clippers, Heat, or maybe even the Lakers, I could definitely see him maybe moving there. We saw the Heat roll out a, very, very big lineup at the start of the season, where they actually had Myers Leonard as center and Bam Adebayo at power forward. Now, again, when it came to offense, I feel like sort of Bam kind of ran that more center type of spot, while Myers Leonard played more of like a power forward on the 3-point line. But when it came to defense, again, it was completely swapped. I feel like Bam definitely took those power forward type of players like Giannis Antetokounmpo. But again, I do feel like the Heat might want to revisit that. There's no promises that Jay Crowder will actually return back to the team, even though he did have a pretty decent playoffs and, performance with the Miami Heat. He could definitely be, looking to a different team to potentially go to, which would mean that I feel like the Heat could actually go back to that taller ball type of lineup. I don't necessarily know if it would be Myers Leonard and Bam Adebayo. I feel like they would go after, again, a different player like Serge Ibaka and Paul Millsap, who they have both been interested in. I feel like it would be pretty interesting to have maybe, again, Serge Ibaka just start at their center and have Bam Adebayo at power forward, and they'd kind of rotate on offense, where I just feel like Ibaka would play more a power forward because he can definitely shoot the ball and is a very nice mid-range shooter. So I just feel like that's how it would potentially go. While in contrast to that, I feel like if we were going to look at the Lakers, I still don't know if he would start on the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, he'd be pretty good for them and would add nice spacing with Anthony Davis, but I still do feel like that if the Lakers were able to bring back Dwight Howard or even getting a Tristan Thompson, one of those players would most likely start with Anthony Davis. And again, yes, I didn't mention JaVale McGee, but JaVale McGee is still a player to keep an eye out for. He might potentially want to come back to the Lakers, even though there has been countless reports that he could potentially move on, especially after playing minimal minutes in the playoffs, and again, could potentially move on to a contending team like the Portland Trail Blazers as well, who I believe have had interest to, have him on the team and bring him to come off the bench. So it would be extremely interesting to maybe kind of see how that would obviously all going to go. I think it would be kind of cool, but I still feel like Serge Ibaka will re-sign with the Miami Heat. I feel like loyalty is just a big thing with Serge Ibaka. Again, they gave him so much. They gave him an NBA championship. They've really given him a lot, most of the things that he would have wanted to have as an NBA player. He was able to succeed with the Toronto Raptors. But if he was to leave for the Miami Heat and Lakers, I feel like he could get a pretty big role with the Heat. I don't feel like he would be really cared for too much by the Lakers, as in, I feel like he could still definitely come off the bench on those teams. So, and I also feel like I don't know if he could get a longer term deal with the Heat, because the Heat will still be, in contention to try and sign players like Giannis, so they're going to want to keep their salary caps nice and tight and nice and well managed, rather than paying a player guaranteed money like Serge Ibaka over the next couple years. So, again, where this could come into play is, I feel like it just makes the most amount of sense for him to go and re-sign with the Toronto Raptors. They can offer him, I feel like, multiple years. They can offer him more money, and they can offer him potentially a bigger role than what some of these teams like the Lakers could potentially look to offering him. So, I expect with the recent move of Marc Gasol to, I believe, the EuroLeague, I do believe that Serge Ibaka will most likely re-sign with the Toronto Raptors. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for the latest NBA news and NBA content. Of course, don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? Do you guys think that Serge Ibaka may go to the Los Angeles Lakers or the Miami Heat? Do you guys think he will re-sign with the Toronto Raptors? Again, I'd definitely really like to know all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. But of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlog channel. Don't forget to check out my podcast as well if you haven't already. Links for them will all be in the description down below. But as I'll sign off, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.